boy Willie Does Wrestling back at it again with a brand new stream and a brand new review. With me, it is the number one MJF stan in the IWC, Dylan from the Last Week in Wrestling podcast. Buddy, how's it going?
The King graced us with his presence last night and gave us the greatest news of all, the Pillars tournament of AEW. My man, I'm doing
Pillars
great.
tournament.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am doing absolutely wonderful on this day. I'm happy to be an MJF fan again. As always, praised the King this morning when I woke up. I'm so happy to be here.
And happy to have you here. This is our, I want to say, third ever AEW Dynamite
Yeah.
review here on the channel. Once again, a very solid episode, a bunch of great in-ring action, definitely. Um, a few controversial-esque decisions. But overall, a very solid show. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new here, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Hey there, Jeremiah. I'm acknowledging the chat so that way people don't think this is pre-recorded.
Right. Right.
And yeah, so if you're new here, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications so that way you'll get reviews for all the good wrestling shows here on the channel, all the good ones.
Go
um
on.
oh, you ain't seen no Impact Wrestling here, but
Yeah.
I swear, if I get people being like, review Impact Wrestling, I'm gonna be like, no
No.
Rampage, no Impact, I don't care. But let's get, or NXT, no
Or
NXT.
NXT. Wow. Damn. Damn.
But ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. And also be sure to drop your thoughts on the show in the chat.
Yes. We love hearing it.
Okie doke. We started with the four pillars
My man.
coming out.
Ah.
Um
Oh.
Having a nice little promo.
Yes,
Um
sir.
so they MJF was like, fuck a fatal four-way. You
Mm-hmm.
think you guys are gonna get a fatal four-way at fucking Double or Nothing? It ain't gonna fucking happen.
No, sir.
So he comes up with the most random
Greatest.
choice in of all
Greatest
time.
choice
The
of AEW history.
AEW Four Pillars tournament,
Yes.
even though it's a tournament with three people. And because of that, um one of the men randomly gets a bye in the tournament where they'll face Jungle Boy or Sammy Guevara next week. And that name was Darby Allin getting a bye. Probably the best option to get a bye in that
For
tournament, not gonna
sure.
lie.
For
If it
sure.
was anyone, I think it would be Darby, and I want Darby to honestly face MJF, but due to circumstances that we'll get to later, I doubt it. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, they come up with this four pillars tournament, and I keep seeing a lot of people on Twitter being like, "Well, why didn't we get the fatal four way?" And it's like, I think we're still getting the fatal four way. I, I
Ooh.
I think so because you can't waste all this time, and especially in Jungle Boy's case. I was supposed to make this point later, but I don't care. Especially in Jungle Boy's case, Jungle Boy had like one or two promos focused on him,
Right.
and now he's not in the tournament anymore. Like that's just a waste of time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And with Darby and Sammy, like all three men have like this focus, so it would kind of feel dumb to not take advantage of all these great promos and have them all vie for the AEW World Championship.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, we are getting I don't even know where to really begin with this because there's so many questions. But uh, we where do I start? I don't even know. I'm losing my train of thought as I speak. I was just so graced with MJF last night that I still can't get over it. No, it's good. Darby being able to have that buy, I think it's good for him in the long run. I don't see him having that Double or Nothing spot, in my honest opinion. if we are going to do a singles competition for the AEW championship, which I think is still going to be the thing. I mean, making it a four-way makes it a lot more interesting for
Yes.
sure, and it definitely um gives MJF a little bit of a less chance to survive because now he doesn't have to take the pin in order to lose the actual belt. Sammy could, Jungle Boy could, Darby could. I mean, and as well MJF. But as we've been making him look strong and strong each and every week, even though he's not really wrestling, he's just been doing great promos. Making him that strong figure. I think that. Where he probably won't be the one that takes the pin if it is that fatal four way. I do agree. Jungle Boy being eliminated. I know we're not supposed to jump ahead with the topic, but with this being a big story, Jungle Boy being eliminated quickly in the first round, and of course by the King himself, with assistance from Sammy Guevara. It's yeah, I don't think this is the end for Jungle Boy. I think that this is maybe the beginning for him. I think that we probably gonna get Jungle Boy again, maybe costing Sammy the match against Darby come next week or the week after when we get a little bit closer to Double or Nothing. So I don't think Jungle Boy's story is ended here. I don't think that Jungle Boy, putting himself in this type of faction, or really not really faction, but feud with the AEW belt on the line. I don't think it's definitely over for him. But I am curious to see what this friendship of Sammy
Oh,
Guevara
yeah.
and MJF is,
It
because as
confused the
much
fuck out of me.
yeah, and listen, King, I respect you, I praise you, I wake up to you, and I go to bed to you every night. But listen, buddy, I don't know if this was a good idea. Like if you're gonna bet your chances on somebody, I think I'd bet him against, or with Jungle Boy winning. I'd rather him be the person you face and study compared to Sammy. I think Sammy having that edge towards Darby Allen now going in the next round with MJF on his side, is definitely going to play a factor into this match for
Yeah.
them.
You wanna know what else is funny? Was Sammy Guevara and MJF coming to blows in the Inner Circle, and
Yeah,
now they're, like, buddy
best
buddy.
friends,
It's like,
even on
we're not
Twitter.
gonna forget that in the Inner Circle, Sammy Guevara was, like, the one who snitched and got MJF
Yeah,
kicked out of the Inner Circle. Okay, buddy.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
I don't know,
I
long-term booking motherfuckers. They hated each other, now they're friends.
Yeah, and I also, I know we talked about this prior with the whole MJF pillar thing, where we had like Jungle Boy Double or Nothing, and then Sammy at All Out, and then of course rounding out the big four of the AEW pay-per-views is Darby Allin Full Gear, kind of running it back one more time like they did
Yeah.
many moons ago. I think that's still on the table as an option if this whole pillars thing tournament kind of gets out of hand, which it's starting to, because of course with MJF, nothing goes to plan. It always goes the way the king wants it to be. So if the king wants it, the king wants it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely I'm happy, Sammy got it, but at the same time, it's like I kind of rather it be Jungle Boy versus Darby. I think there we have a more interesting match, but both men are crazy. Both men are suicidal to an extent when they're putting their bodies on the line against whoever and whomever in any type of match stipulation. Just look at how Darby faced Swerve last week. Literally
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
coffin drop 3 minutes into the start of the match. So I'm expecting some type of wildness and craziness throughout the way. But yeah, like Jemiah said, I think it could be, Sammy and MJF at Double or Nothing, which is an interesting way to start off this four pillar story tournament thing that's going on.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to see how it all plays out come full gear.
Yeah, and before we get into it, shout out Jeremiah where, myself and Dylan picked some wrestlers in his Elimination Chamber video to, how, in his channel, he
Yeah,
did. we picked wrestlers in his 2K23 on who would win an elimination chamber. Spoiler alert: my wrestler won, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. But
Oh, really? Oh,
that you
okay,
didn't watch that?
okay.
I watched it.
I watched portion of it, and then I had work and I had other
Yeah.
things that I was doing. But I know your character was putting up one hell of a fight, Cody. I do have to say that. So I thought I thought my guy was gonna do it. But hey, it is what it is. I'm okay with it. I
Cody
take a
Rhodes'
loss.
AI is like sick in that fucking game. I knew
Yeah,
that
it's like Roman Reigns on Legends difficulty.
If I had a chance, it would either be Roman or Cody, and I thought Roman was like the obvious choice for some people, so I was like, "Fuck it, give it to Cody," and
Give
then
it
he
to
won.
Cody. He needs a win
So
anyway.
facts, but yeah, no. So MJF was like, "Yeah, Darby and fuck Sammy, no
Next week,
Jungle Boy and Sammy,
right?
we
Was
could do
last
it
night.
tonight." Yeah,
Yeah, we do it tonight, playa, which is great. They
yeah, I
gave a
liked
shout
it.
out
It's
to
like
Teddy.
that
Yeah, man.
match. That match is going to be next to Psychics tonight, player. I thought that was so fucking sick.
Oh, but, like, is he teasing a WW I know I don't wanna rant about I don't wanna go too crazy about this, but, I know this is whole bidding of 2024 and all this other craziness, like, he's been talking about for, like, almost a year and a half now, and, I know he keeps dropping little subtle hints of WWE characters and people and legends and shit like that, so I hope, for my sake, for AEW's sake, that they don't lose MJF because of all the reasons I've given in the past, reviews. I'm not going to go into them, but um, yeah, it's just I'd be very sad to lose my king in
But
AEW. I don't know what I'd be watching for now.
then you
You
tune
know,
in every Monday and Friday to see your king there,
hey, listen,
PGF.
it's yeah, it would be yeah, PGF. That's his new name now because it wouldn't be MJF. I tell you that,
MJF
which
would
was
be like a leprechaun for the Miz or something, I
yeah.
swear.
Oh,
Miz JF.
Ms. JF. Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
that would suck. But then we move on to women's tag team action. Good women's tag team action. Shocker. Where we had Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker against the Outcasts.
Ruby
Uh,
Soho and Tony Storm.
Ruby Soho. But that pop for Britt Baker though.
Yeah,
Holy
that's
shit.
Pittsburgh, man. That's her town. That's her town.
Pittsburgh, man, went all out.
Yeah,
Obviously, the baby faces got the win. Of
of
course,
course.
you know, Britt Baker getting the win with the lockjaw, tapping out
Yep.
Ruby Soho.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's not much to really be said about here. I mean, it was decent action. Soraya tried
Right.
getting involved, didn't end up working.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, not a lot to really be said about this match in particular, but this wasn't the last time we would see Britt Baker and the Outcast,
No.
which we'll get to
I
later.
I I do want to say, when we talk about women's tag team, I know me and you love this topic, especially you sometimes love it
Oh
the
fuck.
most. With women's tag team divisions, my boy Willie. But I think that WWE does need to take a good look at the AEW women's division and the tag team division, at least in AEW, because, like you said, this was a good match. It's shocking to sometimes say that the women in a tag team format is very
Yeah.
good. I mean, we've had in the past, we've had some very good women's tag team and solo runs and stuff like that, especially in the WWE. But, as of lately, with everything going on, with that, we got semi decent reviews. We got semi decent tag teams, in the past and as of currently with
Yeah.
everything. So, with that being said, with what we have, at least with the WWE, this is something that they should maybe almost copy to an extent with
No.
what
Take
AEW is
notes, at
doing.
least.
Yeah, and at least take notes because they, at least in their women's tag team division, know how to set them up properly, can give them very good stories, even if they're not facing each other for titles per se or in tournaments. They're more or less just a better watch entirely than some of what we have currently in the tag team division for WWE. So
Yeah.
it's definitely something that if I was Triple H, I would definitely try to see how Tony does that booking and writing and everything for their tag team division for the women compared to how we've unfortunately lacked in the WWE's tag team division for the
Yeah,
women.
true, true. But first off, Wolf, welcome.
Hi.
And
Sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
okay, you only missed really one segment. That was the start where the four pillars came in and MJF
Okay. So I'm
randomly
going
announced.
to basically tell you all. Uh, I don't know the order of anything.
I got the order, don't worry,
I
bud.
was not able to watch it back.
It's okay.
Finals week being,
Well, mine
but
was
I
last
did
week,
see
so
clips, like everything out of order. So,
no, it's fine. I got the order. So the only thing you missed was the promo at the beginning
all right.
where MJF announced the Four Pillars tournament. Also, it's a three-man tournament, really. And Darby Allin's name was drawn out of a hat for a bye. And
Understandable because I think Darby uh makes sense for to get the buy
yeah, that
because
was what
he's
we
the only
said.
one to like actually face MJF in a pay-per-view before, as far as I recall.
Right, Bulgaria. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, not bad either. I mean, that's the one out of three of the three men that I would really want to face
yeah.
MJF. Like, no disrespect to Jungle Boy, a lot to Sammy, but yeah, no, I definitely would want Darby to have that AEW World Title shot. So,
Yep.
and then we just finished talking about the women's tag team match between Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker against Ruby and Tony.
I was not able to see the result of that.
That was the baby faces getting the win.
Okay.
Hayter and Baker.
Yep.
The hometown hero, Britt Baker. But yeah, Dylan, to your point, like especially considering how lackluster the AEW women's division does seem at times, I think ever since this whole Hayter, Baker, and Outcast rivalry, as much as I hated the fact that Ruby was in the Outcast at first,
Hmm.
this rivalry is actually pretty decent. And
Yeah, big time.
I do think maybe we'll get a Baker heel turn after Double or Nothing, and maybe All In we see Hayter and Britt Baker one on one. Even though I think they'll probably take advantage on the UK and maybe have Soraya get a shot.
Right.
I don't know, but I think a Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker match would be fire.
Yeah, it's inevitable. The turn will happen, and whether it's at a Double or Nothing, like at a big pay-per-view, or at a show go leading into a pay-per-view, is something we'll just have to wait for. But I mean, together, their chemistry has been really, really well in the ring. So I don't really see the point as of now for the turn. I definitely see it coming down the line, definitely leading maybe even into All In because it's
Ooh,
across the pond. It is the London Wembley Stadium, first ever. This is like their mania moment in a way because it's
kinda.
a 90,000 stadium arena that is, at the moment, I think like 40,000 or something pre-saled already are happening before the tickets are even on sale. So there's already 40,000 seats guaranteed being filled, which is something that's crazy to even say for a promotion brand that's not as high, well known like a WWE. So that itself is a monumental moment. Soraya kind of being back in her hometown area is a very big moment for her. Having that Britt Baker feel is a very good idea to bring these two women together to finally have that rivalry kind of either continue or end finally at this stadium. So yeah, there's a lot on the table.
Uh,
There's a lot of fun things that could be happening going forward, and with the division itself, it just keeps on pushing the women's division forward more and more, which is always great. We love to see our women wrestling and getting their push that they deserve. So it's all good in my book. I've been happy about it.
I do think um you guys are talking about Baker turning heel and on Hater. Um I think that doesn't happen until after this rivalry with the Outcasts, and which would be All In. I would
Yeah.
think reasonably All In. We get Hater versus Soraya. Uh, Hater wins that, and then Baker turns heel after the match, after
Right,
celebrating for like a minute, and
Yeah.
then she attacks Hater, and then we get a feud of Hater
right.
versus Baker.
And I wouldn't mind Baker winning the belt, like her becoming a two-time champion. I
Yeah.
mean,
I wouldn't mind it either.
she was a decent champion. She's hella over, but I guess if she was a heel, people would hate it. But I mean, no, she'd probably be one of those heels that people like. I mean, she was
Yeah.
like that before.
Look at
Um,
MJF.
Yeah,
He's a
true,
heel.
could
true.
also
He's a
see
king.
maybe Hater ending up beating Baker in that situation. What's it called? Just because I could see maybe Baker wants to like elevate Hater, make her more over than she already is,
Right.
Yeah.
and be like, "Yeah, you're better than me. Go here, you go." I don't know, but I
Oh,
do. I already told you guys how I do have another heel woman in mind to dethrone Hater.
Who?
Julia Hart of the House of Black.
Do I
it's a
see that
stretch.
happening?
It's a
That is a
stretch.
huge stretch
It's
because
a
Okay,
huge
maybe not
stretch.
Hater. Maybe not Hater, but
no,
hey, I
Julia
can hope.
Julia
I
would
mean, I
need
could
to
see it
excel.
happening if she starts having more matches that are intertwined with the Outcasts or with Hater and Baker. Like right now she's set for Rampage to face um someone. It's not Cargill.
Sky
It's
Blue?
no, it's not Sky Blue. It's like another color lady. She goes by a color like pink or some shit like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh,
If someone wants to
Red
Google it quick,
Velvet?
maybe it's kind of sounds right.
I don't know.
But
There's like a lot of colored ladies.
yeah, yeah, I know there's
Like
sky blue, there's pink orange, you know, there's so
Layla
many
Gray or
freaking
whatever. I don't fucking know.
yeah, there's so many ladies that go
But
by different
easy,
colors and shit like
easy.
that as names. But yeah, she's scheduled with a fight, which is actually Saturday, by the way. It's not even tomorrow night.
Yeah, because I think
Rampage.
there's like a big sports thing going
Oh,
on
so they team up
Yeah, and
people
also
for.
on
there's going to be a
Friday.
third show coming for AEW, which I'm learning more about for the podcast for Sunday or whatnot, which I'll be
Uh,
talking about.
I
But
don't see. Oh, I'm sorry. Julia Hart is facing Kiera Hogan.
Hogan, thank you. Never
Oh, that
mind.
was
Not
why I
even a
thought it was Red Velvet because
Yeah,
of the baddies. Okay.
yeah, Kiera
yeah.
Hogan. Well,
Yeah.
that is the okay. Well, I'm glad that Julia is once again fighting on Rampage.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's good because if we keep having her, being a dominant figure for Rampage, eventually we're gonna get another Dynamite show with her on it, like we did with Anna Jay. And if that continues to go her way, then the possibility of her being involved with the Outcasts or Brit or something like that, it's definitely a lot more feasible, and
Yeah.
could eventually happen. So right
uh,
now, it's a little bit of a far-fetched thought, but
Yeah, it's a pretty far fetch. I could see that happening maybe if
maybe
she
by the
wins
end of the
like
year,
something like a casino battle royale or something.
yeah, or
But
interest.
even
Oh,
or
I
even
could
just
definitely
by
see
the end
it.
of the year, let her slowly start
yeah,
making her
end of the
way
year.
back to the Dynamite little circuit, and
Yeah.
that'd be great for her. Julia
Even if
Hart's a
she
very good
gets into
wrestler.
a rivalry, like let's say the House of Black get in a rivalry with like Adam Cole and
Yeah,
we get the big Adam Cole Britt Baker against Malachi and Julia or something like that.
that'd be wild.
I think that'd be possible, but
Yeah.
we
From what I'm reading regarding Rampage, we have a couple like weird things that just take me by surprise.
Yeah, Jeff's supposed to be facing somebody on Saturday.
Yeah, Jeff
uh,
is apparently
Jeff's supposed to have a promo.
A promo and a possible match.
Oh, really?
as
What?
it says,
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy is returning to the ring
Yeah.
Oh
this
shit! They're
week.
gonna do that this early?
I don't know. Maybe it's a
It's it.
squash match.
I thought they were waiting until the firm deletion. Well, I guess
That's what I
not.
thought
Maybe they're
too.
just gonna have like a squash match, like Jeff Hardy against some random jobber.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
Jeff's
Um,
getting deleted.
like let's say Jeff
and
squashes like
like Jay
Lee
Lethal
Moriarty
and Jeff Jarrett are teaming with
with
FTR.
FTR. Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
because
what?
backstage last night, Mark Briscoe was like attacked by some fucking varsity blondes and someone else.
Varsity athletes and
Varsity
Tourny
athletes,
J.
some jobber fucking stable. And then Jeff
I'm pretty
Jarrett.
sure Varsity athletes weren't they like the stable that Julia was part of before House of Black?
I believe
Yes,
so.
Varsity
Yeah.
Blondes, Julia was
Yeah.
part of before.
Um,
But yeah, to explain, Mark Briscoe was attacked by the varsity athletes. Then Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal were already checking on Mark Briscoe. And then
Hmm.
FTR ran in, being like, "What happened? What happened?"
all
And
What
right.
then,
happened? What
So
happened?
Jarrett and
You know,
Lethal are
speaking
faces
speaking
now.
of this,
Interesting.
still, I forgot where I saw it. Either it was on like, either it was Nico Extra or it was maybe it was some wrestling reporter. Was maybe it was a word from Jimmy. I don't know, but someone on Twitter was saying that the way that FTR were running, or the fact that someone attacked Mark, is signifying the return of Punk. Because I know we did have a little. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very far fetched
oh,
idea,
What?
but hey, you know
yeah,
what?
let me come back to
Everybody wants to
AEW and
throw Punk in the
fight
mix. Fuck
Mark
it. Yeah,
Briscoe.
hey man,
No,
I
not for nothing. Speaking about this real quick, the elites, Jericho, a lot of the top talent don't want nothing to do with him. So only 50% that wanted to anything with them were like Briscoe, Jay Lethal, like
I
if we
the
get
mean
other
CM Punk
mid
versus Jeff
card down.
Jarrett, that'd be a stupid thing. But yeah,
I
anyway, so
mean
they agree to like team up to
Yeah,
get revenge for Mark Briscoe. So we're getting
it's supposedly
FTR
coming.
I
and
still think we would get. I feel like because I know Jericho like tweeted out like, "Oh, I don't play with everybody and whatnot," but I like part of me just feels like it might be a work, and he's like,
Oh no, it's not a work. If you watch one of his interviews, he talks very frank about his feelings towards CM Punk, and
mm,
how it is not worth his time to
oh,
summarize it. I mean, again though, business is business. He did tweet out something where it's like money does have a bigger factor or something along those
yeah.
lines.
So
yeah,
I'm
So
especially if
thinking
it's
maybe
all
he's not
in.
like
yeah.
incredibly like keen to like work with Punk. He's not gonna like regularly work with Punk, but like a one and
A
done
one and
thing,
done, yeah. I mean, he
like
would definitely
fine.
do that. I
He'll
mean,
be like, yeah, fine,
a
whatever.
couple promos in one match doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So,
No,
but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I think like
I
what
hope we never do. I
June
hope we never
21st is
do.
apparently the rumored date, or June 17th or
Well,
something.
that's when they go to Chicago, and they mentioned it last night.
Yeah,
They
so that
made
way
it.
they
They
can
made it
recreate
very poignant about
2021.
the 21st too of June. They were
So
like, "Oh, we're
dumb.
going back to Chicago, June 21st. A lot of things could be happening." And I'm like, "You
Yay.
sons of bitches! You
Damn.
sons of bitches!"
Yeah. Tony Khan
God
has a
damn it,
huge
Shivani.
announcement.
Yeah, yeah. Season two
Um,
of All Access is happening and on
fuck
Blu-ray.
that. Okay. But moving on to the actual show, the Elite come out. Speaking of Punk, the Elite come out
Yeah.
to have a little bit of a talk about the Blackpool Combat Club, and then
Yep.
right in the beginning of their promo, Brian Danielson appears on the Tron, being like, "Hey, buddy, I exist." Just
Amateur.
enough
Amateur.
amateur. And then yeah, it's kind of like the new Fickle. It
Yeah.
was like Fickle. So now it's like amateur. But then Blackpool Combat Club come out, Claudio, Yuta, and Mox, they're all beating the shit out of the Elite. And then I thought we were gonna get Hangman Page, but no, we get Don Callis brings out
A
Konosuke
chair.
Takeshita. I don't fucking know his name.
Takeshna.
Takeshna.
Takeshna. Yeah. Yeah. Well, first he brings out with his head still pretty much split open a chair, and then he
That's
freaks
right.
out
Yeah.
and he throws a chair, and then he goes back there. He realizes he's not a wrestler. Then he grabs an actual wrestler named Takeshna, and Takeshna likes to clean house. So that's which was good. It was a smart move because now this whole Blackpool Combat Club, the Elite kind of is now set up to be a lot better. We got Claudio, we got Yuta, we got Moxley, so the Elite and the Young Bucks, that's 3-3. And then Danielson would have made it 4-1. Now it's either Takeshna or Hangman. It looks like it's still going to be Hangman, but I mean, there is that possibility that now maybe Hangman's going to be doing something else. And,
A friend of mine,
Takeshna is going to be the spot.
a friend of mine actually said that he thinks Takeshita would turn on the Elite because like Danielson's his hero and everything.
Yeah, you saw him yelling at him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
didn't
I
hit
can
him.
see that because if Takeshna turns on the Elite and sides with the Blackpool Combat Club, that would make it an even 4-4. No, it wouldn't.
No.
5
No, it
five
wouldn't.
4.
4
It would make it
to
5-4. So we would need one more person.
Don Callis. Don Callis
Fuck
is our
that.
5th member
Stokely
of the
Hathaway.
Elite.
Nigel McGuinness joins a Blackpool Combat Club. Keep Takeshna in the Elite and have Hangman join. There you
I
go.
could also see that. I could see Nigel McGuinness, or maybe Nigel joins the Elite,
Or CM Punk.
and then we get
No.
Nigel versus Danielson.
Nigel versus Danielson. Yeah, that was in the Wrestle Cringe
Yeah.
fantasy card. But
I'd be down for that.
I mean, Nigel's all Elite. What has he been doing? Like he announced All In, and that was it. So like,
Well, isn't he just an announcer?
They're waiting.
I want him to come in the ring. I've never seen Nigel wrestle. Not gonna lie.
I thought he was just an announcer.
I don't know, but I think he should be a commentator. I think you
I
should
also think.
replace
Well,
one of the people.
I think
And
we're getting him in All In London. I think he's going to be commentating in London.
yeah,
for
because
sure.
he commentated Supercard,
Correct.
Ring of Honor. So
Yeah.
yeah, he could just be a commentator, which would be a shame. So you should really have one more person in there. I don't know, whoever's like the hottest free agent, fucking put him in the BCC. But I mean, it could really be anybody. But yeah. So Takeshna cleans house. You could see like
I know
the Young Bucks were like confused about Don Callis' decision to have Takeshna side with the Elite. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I know that she said that she was going to like stick with NJPW, but like I thought maybe down the line after Forbidden Door 2 perhaps Monet could join BCC if she becomes All Elite.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, but then who are you going to have for the Elite then, female wise? Anna Jay?
Oh no, I'm saying after like Forbidden Door 2, so this is down the line, probably beyond.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, like, well then, who
Yeah,
are we gonna have for what do we gonna have for the Elite? Anna Jay? Like
something. Brandy Rhodes.
Yeah, Brandy's coming back.
Brandy, bitch. Yeah, fucking all that.
What a
But
signature.
yeah, then we move on to the TNT Championship.
All right, I got some shit to say to this, but I want to hear what you guys have to say first.
All right,
I'm gonna
Willie,
say this.
your hot potato comment was the highlight of my night. I'm just gonna say that now.
That's why I want to talk first about this match.
Yeah,
that's
so go ahead, buddy. The floor is yours.
Okay, so first off, Wardlow has a new manager, and his name is Glock Anderson, or Armed Anderson. I saw someone call him, But
Anderson, I love it.
Glock
That's
Anderson.
great. That's great.
Wait, Arn Anderson is managing
Arn
Wardlow?
Anderson. Wait, you didn't see that? Yeah, Arn Anderson's
I didn't
Yeah,
watch
managing
it back,
Wardlow now.
man. I didn't.
But
you gotta watch it back when we're
Okay.
doing reviews,
watch
Wolf.
the
What are you doing?
watch the
I,
product, loser.
God, man, what are
The
you doing
average
on these
Twitter
reviews?
stan. Watch
okay,
the
I
product. But anyways,
Wolf has a life. We're the only ones watching
yeah,
it.
he has a life. He has finals.
Wolf's out here living his best life.
yeah,
He's like, I
Let's
don't
like
got
not
time to
bully
watch
him.
wrestling.
Let's not
I've
bully
been
him.
watching like YouTube and
Yeah, and he's watched clips. I mean, we can give him
Oh
that.
no, I give him no hate. But yeah, no, Willie, go ahead, buddy.
So anyways, yes. So since QT's managing Powerhouse, fucking Arn
Glock
Anderson's
Anderson.
Glock Anderson's managing Wardlow, so they come out and QT tries getting involved to help Powerhouse win, and then I think Glock Anderson gives him a DDT. Before and after that, QT tries exiting the ring, and Penta comes out, right?
Right.
Or is that another
Yeah.
wait,
match?
wait. What?
I
So
think you might
after
have
the
that move.
TNT
I think
title
you might.
match?
No. Luchasaurus and Christian Cage.
Yeah, Luchasaurus and Christian are the ones who come
Those
out.
are the only ones that come out after this.
Yeah.
Is all
Oh
said
yeah,
and done.
Penta was another match.
Penta's someone else. Yes.
Penta somewhere else. My bad.
Yeah.
That's what I get for not looking at my notes. But
Yeah.
It's okay.
yeah. So Glock Anderson at least got involved, hit a DDT on QT, distract. Oh yeah, and he did the little Glock thing on QT, getting him the
Oh
fuck
my
out of the ring.
god.
Hitting him with it. He hitting
Yeah,
him with that
he literally went like
PP
this.
99, baby. He
I
hitting him
pull
with
out the Glock. But
I love. He does the whole motion too, the slow mo and everything.
yeah, I love
It's so
that.
great. It's
So that
so great.
distracts Powerhouse enough for Wardlow to hit the powerbomb symphony. 1, 2, 3, hot potato, and Wardlow is a 3-time TNT champion. Holy shit! Should have fucking kept it on Wardlow instead. Powerhouse Hobbs' reign was a waste. No one can make
Yes.
me change my mind.
No, I agree.
I'm gonna give a hot take now. That I don't know if anyone's going to consider this an L or anything. Wardlow should not have lost at Full Gear.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Joe should have never won the title.
Yep.
That's not a hot take. I mean, Samoa Joe holding both of those belts was unneeded.
Yeah,
was-
like literally, if you add the time that Joe had the belt before considering Darby, Wardlow would, if you add that to Wardlow's reign, that was before Joe came along. If you add that, Wardlow would have nearly a 200-day reign, and he would probably be the longest reigning TNT champion, even
Right.
over Darby's first reign.
Yeah. So
Or maybe it'd be like a few days off, whatever. But now I could see like doing going a little hot potato because of Darby, and he had some tournament in Japan or whatever. I don't know.
the G1,
Yeah, something like that. But
something around.
so
there,
like
yeah.
Darby, even though I think Darby would have been fine to like dethrone Wardlow, but like basically afterwards it would be like, why would you like, or even like if Samoa Joe like happened like instead of Darby, like before, like after Full Gear, they do a one-on-one Joe versus Wardlow. Like on that Dynamite, give Wardlow almost 200 days, and then Joe wins it. Fine, but there's no like this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
basically, there's like now only 3 like good reigns, like really good, like long, decently long reigns for TNT title, and that's Darby first reign, Wardlow before Full Gear,
And he didn't even defend it.
yeah, and
Miro.
Miro,
Wow, we're not even going to add Sammy to that. Okay,
No, no,
Sammy's reigns were never
Sammy was like
long.
a month.
Sammy was always a month, and then he lost to Scorpio Sky. Then he
I
got
think,
it back.
yeah,
Then he lost
actually, I think
again
it
to
was like
Scorpio.
90 days or something, the first reign.
Yeah, Sammy's
Right.
first reign, and then his second and third were only
Second
like
and third
a
were like a
couple
month.
weeks to a month.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
but and Cody's
Cody had a
Cody's first
TNT belt for a
reign
little
was
bit.
Cody's
like
first reign
90
was
days.
like a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So
no,
like,
I
that
mean
was
the
like fine for
TNT.
like.
Yeah, no, ever since Sammy's second reign, the TNT championship hasn't really meant anything. And especially ever since the international championship came along, the prestige of the TNT championship doesn't mean shit. It's never on TV anymore. It barely even has any suitable challengers. If it's on a Dynamite or a Rampage, it's against fucking people only 20 people know who watch fucking indie shows on YouTube. Like, who cares if Wardlow is gonna face Marcus Bingsman from MLW something? I don't fucking know. Who cares?
Yeah.
So TNT, yeah,
So my bold take on this: the TNT title needs to be retired for good and not even replaced, because Tony will probably just do the same thing with that new title. Like, no, TNT title needs to go.
Yeah,
Unless they, like,
go ahead.
I could see Christian or Luchasaurus. I feel like Luchasaurus is probably going to be the one to fight Wardlow instead of Christian. Like, maybe Christian down the line, but Wardlow will
Christian's
probably
dead.
face.
Christian's buried. I thought Christian got buried. I
yeah.
watched
What's he doing out there?
Christian get buried. What happened? I didn't know he was
don't
also
know.
part Undertaker.
Christian was supposed to die and
what the fuck is
get resurrected in the Brute.
What
For
did,
fuck's
what,
sake.
did, what did he become? Luchasaurus's pallbearer now? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, that red coat really signified it.
Jesus.
I think Luchasaurus will probably be the challenger.
Yeah.
Now.
He definitely won't dethrone him.
Yeah, I don't know if I would even want him to like be. I don't know if like maybe Luchasaurus wins and then Luchasaurus keeps it for a while.
If Luchasaurus wins, he won't even hold the title long. Watch. Or he'll never defend it. Luchasaurus, I'm sorry for all the Luchasaurus fans out there. That would be a stupid decision. If anything, have Christian.
Unless they like really they want to like
reign.
make Luchasaurus like some crazy monster where like he's just like.
I can't take someone wearing a dinosaur mask seriously. I'm sorry. I can't.
I mean, Gladiator Dinosaur.
We took the Hurricane
thing,
seriously.
It looks cool.
I didn't take the Hurricane seriously. Fuck that
Come on now. Right there. That's a serious pose, man.
I took the producer Hurricane seriously. He produces some sick shit.
Shane Helms. Well, that's true.
Shane Helms. I take him
he
seriously.
did sweep me off my feet.
Yeah, he does good matches.
Wolf, you're pretty much hitting it right on the head, and so did you, Willie. This belt is as meaningless as the TBS belt, in my opinion. I feel like now with both of these reigns, especially with the TNT one playing Hot Potato, my favorite new song for the TNT belt. I think that should be the theme song when anyone wears the TNT belt.
Should be the anthem.
Yeah, because that truly is what this belt signifies now. It's come to the point where now it is not even worthy of holding it to anybody or being held by anybody, because within a month per se, you're gonna lose it to Joe Schmo or Samoa Joe or Wardlow or Hobbs or maybe even Jade Cargill if she wants to start beating up guys now because the women's division she defeated. So at this stage of the game, this belt is pointless. But my curiosity though is what we're going to be seeing of the Luchasaurus Wardlow possible feud. Clearly, at least I thought they were coming back for Jungle Boy, and I was like, no, we don't need this. We don't need this. Jungle Boy's having a great setup right now, going to the AEW heavyweight belt against our king MJF, and now we're getting him against Wardlow instead, and it's a little bit more exciting. I mean, if Luchasaurus wins, great, cool, excellent. I'm not going to be like cheering him in the corner because he's TNT champion. But like at the same time, it's like what comes of this next now? Is it something of a reign? Is it a longer reign? Is it going to be longer than Samoa Joe? Are we going to be seeing more and better matches? Are we going to be seeing a lot more Jade Cargill matches? Excuse me, where they're just going to be squashed every time because he's a 6 foot, 7 foot dinosaur man.
Yeah,
You
watch
know,
freaking
so
Wardlow fight like someone from the fucking varsity athletes. Like it will
yeah,
be
like
that meaningless.
that's the point too. Is like Hobbs had this push to success, and they kind of squandered it on him. Now they had it with Wardlow, and they had a decent run with him and Samoa Joe. Yeah, it's not something I wanted to see,
You want
even
to
if it
know
wasn't for
someone who I want to be TNT champion, whether it's dethroning Wardlow or not?
Swerve.
Eddie Kingston.
Really,
I want Eddie Kingston to be champion.
I think it's
I want
beneath
to see
I'm
what
him.
he would
down.
do.
I
I'll
No?
think
leave
it's
it down.
beneath him. I think if anything, he probably would be better with the international belt since
I
he
just
likes
want
to
him with a
travel.
belt. I don't care. And if the TNT championship doesn't mean anything, give it to fucking Kingston. See if he can make it mean something. Because Wardlow, he has 3 reigns and all of them sucked. This one's going to suck.
Right.
I don't
That's
I don't
true.
want
No,
to
you're
see
right.
I
Wardlow as champion.
mean, the first one was like, well, not the first one,
First one
the
was
longer,
long.
the longer one, the one that he had like, well,
The
yeah,
one
the
that was too
first
3
one,
long.
the one
days.
with
Yeah.
the first one that Joe ended. Um, yeah, I think it was like okay. It was like
Mm.
not like crazy, but it was like a okay small feet, like small rain kind of thing, like decently sized, like not too long, not too short, but like okay.
Eh, I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah,
anyways, we oh, sorry.
no, I'm sorry. No, no, yeah, pretty much, yeah, that's really it. I wonder what will come of this going forward. We shall see. But I definitely agree with you, Willie. The theme song, the anthem for this TNT belt should be Hot Potato,
Yeah, it's
because
so
that is
dumb.
exactly what it feels like every time we get a TNT match. I agree. I think Darby held it better. In my opinion, I thought Darby held it the best out of
Yeah,
everyone. And if he was the one that was still holding it and wasn't in this Pillars match, and he was the one facing Eddie Kingston, I think then it would matter more if Kingston won, because now at least Kingston, with his backlog and everything in his career so far, he could kind of go different places. He can go to New Japan with it. He could go to Ring of Honor with it. He could even do, you know, any type of indie event, really, a GCW spot with the TNT belt against Cardona in a death match. Just something to bring a little bit more prestige to this belt, because right now we all are looking at it as a joke. The same with the TBS belt. It's
Yeah.
Jade is beating everybody in the locker room. I mean, I think even the women that do her makeup are been a victim to quick title
um
defenses.
I
So
do. There is someone that I could potentially see maybe having like an actual feud with Cargill, and maybe even being the one to dethrone her. And well, she would have to come back first, and that's Statlander.
Yeah.
Because Statlander probably could
not
I
fight.
Valkyrie,
Valkyrie needs to. I think they're fighting next week for the
correct.
TBS belt, and I got the vibe where it's like either Taya Valkyrie wins or I don't give a fuck about this match. I don't give a fuck about any TBS title match, and that's not a disrespect to the women. Like we said earlier, the tag team match was good, but
Yep.
I mean the TBS belt, like the TNT title, means nothing.
Yep.
It's Jade Cargill is literally the female Roman Reigns, where it's like, hey, I still have it, fuckers.
Yep.
Haha. Like so dumb.
Yep.
So
It's like
dumb.
Jade Cargill is like the female like combination of Roman Reigns and Undertaker
And Goldberg, all
and
three
Goldberg.
mashed
Yeah.
together. Yeah, you need to have a number mixed to you. I'm like 75-0. I'm gonna
God.
fight people half my weight who are jobbers on Dark.
Yeah,
I mean,
really. Those
yeah,
poor women
I
on
would
Dark.
really like to see, like, honestly, in my, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to Cargill, when I watch her, I feel like they could have made her like basically AEW's version of Bianca Belair.
She pretty
Um,
much is.
Yeah, but I
yeah,
mean, I don't know if I really would want
but like
that
Bianca's
though.
like more exciting in my opinion.
Oh, anyone's more exciting than Jade Cargill.
Yeah, but like I actually like enjoy watching Bianca like a lot. And with Cargill, I just know she's gonna win. And
Yeah,
Right, we
just
could.
like meh.
yeah, and they're
Uh,
not like giving her
that's a
like
nice
good
opponent. All
challenges or
right.
even like strong. Like if, because Cargill like Cargill is like a powerhouse kind of basically.
Oh yeah.
Powerhouse.
Yeah,
She is a house.
she's yeah.
She is the bench press, bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever
So I
seen her
was thinking
modeling?
like if they
She's
gave her like
literally built
another
like
one, like
Goldberg.
an actual legitimate like another powerhouse, that
Yeah.
Oh
like
yeah.
that would actually be like a good match. So maybe that's their plan with Taya Valkyrie or whatever. But
Yeah,
I get it off of her.
Taya Valkyrie needs to win, especially since Taya Valkyrie does have a decent fan base with all the places she's been, especially Impact alone.
yeah,
Big
I
time.
think Taya could do it, but
We thought
yeah,
that with
so
Cody. We thought
yeah,
that
true,
with
true,
Cody.
true.
So
Then we move on to possibly in-ring match of the night. Switchblade Jay White
yeah.
against
oh
Commander.
Sin
Holy
Cara, now called
shit.
Commander. Yeah, man. It is.
wait, Commander
Whoa,
is
whoa,
Sin
whoa,
Cara?
whoa. What?
Someone said that. Yeah, someone said that he's Sin Cara.
I'm looking that up.
BS.
Look it up because I think I'm
Ain't
wrong on that.
no way that
Because I
that
believe I'm wrong on it, and I will
Sin
absolutely take the
Cara
yeah.
is actually good at moves now.
Yeah,
No,
someone no. Okay, good.
no,
Because
no, no,
I
no.
also didn't think
Ain't
that
no
No,
was
right
yeah,
true.
no,
now
that
his
wasn't that.
his in-ring name is Cinta de Oro or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah, I knew
good.
that
I'm
Sin Cara
happy
had
I'm
a
wrong.
different name. Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
happy I'm
definitely
wrong.
not Sin Cara.
Yeah,
No.
someone I forgot where I saw it, but they were like, "Wow, Sin Cara! I can't believe that's now Sin Cara." And I thought it was a joke, but
No,
then I saw some other people saying
No,
it,
that
and I
was
was like,
clearly a joke.
maybe
that
it's real.
no, that
So,
definitely not.
but
Definitely
no,
not.
man,
No way.
Commander though, like Darby Allen, he's just trying to kill himself out there. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I
Uh,
mean that one spot where he walked on the ropes alone and then
oh,
just bounces off
Yeah,
and Jesus.
yeah,
that it was
Um,
honestly an incredible match. And also, like before the match, like before Dynamite happened, I saw a poster of like an AEW poster of like Jay White and Commander. And I'm like, why is it a? Why does AEW just make like the craziest posters for like the most random matchups?
to hype
because
the
they know
show.
yeah, that's what they're
It's
bringing
not
you in
even
for.
like
It's
their
those
That's
main
matches.
all Tony
events most
Khan
of the
does.
time, or like the matches that like everybody wants to see. No, it's just like
It's just like here's big guy and then
it's
decent
just
guy
the
that you don't
sleeper
know.
matches that like
Put them all
no one
together.
expects.
But in this case, it was good.
It
I
was
thought it was
Yeah,
gonna
good.
be
four
a
out of
It was
five.
really
squash.
good.
I thought it was gonna be a squash between Jay White getting the victory.
No, no,
No,
no,
it was
no,
just highly
no,
contested.
no.
And Sean Spears was at ringside.
Highlight of the night,
Highlight of the night where Jay
Um,
giving
White's
out
giving
cards.
Commander chops and rating the chops. I liked where he rated a 9, but then he turned it upside down to a 6. That was so fucking
Yeah, he gave
funny.
him a 10,
um,
and I think Shivani was like, "Wow, he even gave him a 10. What kindness comes out
He
of
gave
Sean
Commander
Spears?"
a 10.
yeah, honestly, Commander, and now Commander is Ollie Lee.
Oh, he earned that though.
He earned
Oh
that,
yeah, no,
He
he's earned
yes,
it.
definitely earned
I
that.
because
think he's earned that
so
since
good.
the Vikingo
Lucha
match
Libre
with
fans
him.
eating good once again.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
man.
Lucha Libre fans can eat well, knowing that this
The
man
thing
that
is, I'm happy Commander is Ollie Lee now, and after the match, uh, after that incredible match, we have Juice Robinson taking out Sean Spears, and they're attacking him, and then Ricky comes out.
There he is, my boy.
Yep.
So I guess Double or Nothing, we have Sean Spears and Ricky Starks versus Bullet Club Gold.
I don't know. We got some time. We got a whole month.
I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah.
that could happen.
Or maybe we can see Ricky versus Jay White 1-on-1.
That's something I'd like to see.
That would be a money maker, and then maybe have that
Yeah.
tag match on like the Dynamite before, or have
Yeah.
Sean Spears versus Juice Robinson or something.
Yeah, the
I like
Dynamite.
that Sean
What?
Spears is on
That
TV.
Yeah.
Sean
Yeah, same.
Spears, I mean, his whole career, whether it was on WWE or AEW, is like hit or miss. Like he's there, and then he's not, and it's like I don't know. I think Sean Spears is a star. Maybe that's my Canadian bias showing, but Sean's
I
severely underrated.
think we'll
It's okay,
probably.
man.
I mean, if we're gonna get, I mean, if we would get Jay White versus Ricky Starks at Double or Nothing, I think like maybe the Dynamite before we see the match we were supposed to get, which is Ricky versus Juice Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh yeah, I
that
forgot that
never
was what match
happened
was supposed to
because
happen.
Jay.
Nope, he got bibbity bopped by Jay White.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad actually.
I remember
and I
seeing
wouldn't
that
be
at the
surprised
UBS
if
Arena.
eventually, like afterwards, afterwards, Bullet Club Gold go for tag titles.
I would like that. Start Jay White with a tag title reign, and then give him a singles title like later down the line. I think that would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie, as controversial as most people would probably think, they're like, get him in the world title. No,
No,
Get him
no,
in there.
no, it's not happening. Not yet. I
get
feel
him for Forbidden Door. No.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, I could
definitely
probably
not yet.
see Jay White being involved in Forbidden Door, but
Oh, he's definitely going to be involved in Forbidden Door, but do I think he's going to fight for the AEW World Title in that one?
no,
Fuck
no,
no,
absolutely not.
no.
TNT International.
Or he'll Bullet Club
TBS
Gold
maybe.
will Bullet Club Gold will probably fight some other big tag team in New Japan. Probably
Could be facing FTR.
could be facing Bullet Club. The other people from Bullet Club in New Japan.
Finley's son and
Yes, and fuck,
and
I
the
don't
other
know.
new one. Yeah,
I don't know who else.
Chris or Danny something.
Yeah, but after that we got Chris, probably segment of the night, Chris Jericho and Adam Cole, baby.
Boom.
This segment broke me.
Really?
Well, I saw this tweet where it was like, you know how the Bloodline and the Judgment Day work together on Raw? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Jericho Appreciation Society and the Outcasts working together again. But before that, we got a one-on-one promo with Jericho and Adam Cole being like, "Hey, I respect you. Hey, guess what? I don't." And then they're
Guess what? I
talking.
do not.
Guess what? I fucking hate you. I want to rip you. I want to fucking destroy you. And then Jericho Appreciation Society start beating the hell out of Adam Cole, and they handcuff him.
Jericho and Garcia.
Jericho and Garcia, I should say,
Yeah.
not the whole JAS.
Yeah.
But
just Jericho, Garcia, and then
Britt Baker comes out because it's like, hey, we have a reality show. Hi.
Hi guys, it's on next after this.
Oh, actually, no, it wasn't. It's being, I think, no, we didn't get an all access.
Baker
Yeah, we
wanted
did.
to come out, stop
Oh, did we?
Garcia and Jericho, and then Outcast.
I watch it. I have to because
From
of
outside
content, man. I have to.
All right, I guess I'm gonna be a little controversial when I say this. That spot of Adam Cole being like handcuffed to the ropes, and then the Outcasts attacking Britt Baker, I hated it.
Why?
I did not like it. Yeah, I saw Adam like just screaming
My
on
wife!
like,
Britt!
Like,
Oh, don't worry. You'll have the occasional IWC member be like, "Were you like that when Edge screamed for Beth Phoenix at Extreme Rules, man?"
Well, you know what it reminded me of was maybe I'm dating myself now, but many moons ago, we had a similar one with I believe it was Triple H was handcuffed to the middle or bottom rope, and Randy Orton
Oh,
was
I
beating
know
up
what
on
you were
Stephanie and then kissed
talking
her
about.
in front of him, like right on the lips and everything, and he lost it. Triple
Triple H
H
was like, "I'm gonna
in the
fucking kill
shorts.
you."
Yeah, no. That's
okay,
when
well,
Triple H
I
decided to
think
dress
that's
up
just
and
a matter
go to
of
the
like
house.
Hunter being like, I see, I like the idea of like, oh, what, like when these kind of situations happen, I understand, and I'm completely fine with like the, the guys like just going nuts and losing it, and but like that certain one, like Adam was like not like
He wasn't
Brett!
acting good.
he
Oh
no
my
It was
god!
he was
bad
acting
acting.
like,
All of them were really
oh,
bad acting. I'm not
yeah,
gonna
he
lie to
was
you. It
acting
was bad.
terrible. Like,
It was quite cringy.
Yeah,
yeah, it was
why I said it
crazy and
broke
like
me,
kind of like a baby.
I just didn't think Britt really needed to be involved in this feud considering she has her own. So them watching Raw being like, "Hey,
Remember Randy?
we got faction warfare here. Do it again. We
Yeah.
got the Jericho Appreciation Society
So I
and
don't
the
know. I feel
Outcasts."
like I think maybe it's because of the fact that like it was like Baker. It was that Baker was being like beaten up by like Soraya, and like I don't know, because like maybe Adam knew like, oh, they're already fighting each other, so it's like maybe not
Omar,
like,
that was a couple weeks ago, but we loved the show overall, honestly.
Overall, the show was great. It was a
It was
definitely
just
4
this
out of
one
5.
segment.
This
This one
segment was
segment was
quite
oh,
cringeworthy.
and the TNT title thing. But
Yeah, well, that's I mean,
we're not
well,
like
I mean, if
most
we're
I feel
AEW
like
if
content
you want me
maybe
to sit here and
Adam would
explain
have.
why the TNT belt is an absolute dog shit, then be my guest. I could absolutely do that, but I don't
Um,
think we have enough time
I
for me to
feel
we'd be here
like
explain
all
that.
day.
I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
really
if
would.
Jericho or Garcia ended up like beating up, like hitting with the kendo stick on Baker, then
Mm.
maybe Adam would have had like a more aggressive,
Would have
like,
had a more aggressive reaction because it's like, what's he gonna do to the Outcasts
yeah,
when
he can't do anything to them, but like if it was
Also,
Jericho or Garcia, no, he would have probably
did
just
y'all
like wanted to rip them.
did y'all catch Taz go to about Britt Baker? She was like, when Chris Jericho's tied him up or whatever, and she was like trying to convince Jericho to like get him off or whatever. Taz was like, "That's her daddy. That's her daddy. You know, Adam
what?
Cole." And I'm like, Taz, I don't, buddy, buddy. I
I
don't know.
question
I get
Taz's
they're married,
commentary
but like,
sometimes.
come
Listen, man, he's a
on.
broken freaking neck and a lot of concussions. So you gotta take it with
Yeah,
a
I
grain of salt. But
question that.
but yeah, man. Oh Jesus.
That's
Yeah.
just weird sometimes.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know because what would this do in the long run with this segment? I mean, I like that Jericho's gonna get some heat from the fact that I thought Dylan said he didn't really like the Adam Cole and Jericho segment with Britt Baker.
No, I
When
didn't.
was
No, I think we all
No,
didn't.
that was me.
Oh,
That was me. At least like the second half. Like I didn't like
I
Adam
I didn't.
Cole's
I just thought it was very
reaction
bad acting. I
in
just
that.
thought the whole promo was very bad acting. Like
I
Like
it
the
was.
thought the
segment
promo
itself was like I could get it, but like the Adam Cole like during that segment, I hated it.
because Adam
Yeah.
Cole's supposed to be this big, like, I can take anything badass. All it takes is to see his wife get bashed by a couple of
Look at
ladies right in front of him.
what Jericho was wearing. Why weren't I laughing? You know what I mean? Like right there. If you're gonna have a serious segment, why are you coming out looking like Hellraiser? All right, like let's just be very frank
Looks
here,
like you haven't
buddy.
combed your hair in like 5 years.
You know, there was something someone said that he looks like your aunt who's been twice divorced on her third husband that's about to get divorced on a cruise ship, already half drunk since the morning or whatnot. And I'm like, bro,
Wow.
that is so accurate for Chris Jericho because like he nowadays he looks disheveled. But
It
I
looks like
mean,
the
I
crazy
just
cat lady that you're
yeah.
neighbors with.
Yeah, and like it's not that I didn't like the segment because I just thought it was very bad acting. Like I get the whole point of it, like Wolf's saying, but
Yeah.
like at the same time, it's just Cole wasn't really performing that well. Jericho looked really just disheveled. Britt coming out, I didn't really need to happen. Like I get why it did, but like it
All
reminded me
access
of the
next.
whole look a little reminder of that shit ass show. But like
Fuck
you
that.
know, fucking it was like all the segments we just said before, Randy and Triple H, Roman and KO, and so many others that have happened in the past. The faction whole divided thing that happened on Monday at the end of Monday Night Raw. So it's just like,
Yeah, I didn't get that. It's like,
like
oh,
okay,
we
cool,
gotta
I
get
guess.
Jericho Appreciation Society and the Outcast together. Like,
Because after
okay.
this is the JAS versus the Acclaimed. So
Yeah,
like
I mean,
again,
where the fuck were these
I get the
people?
setup. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where's Daddy Magic? Where's Cool Ange? Where's I like this hat? Like, where are they? Why are they not there? But it's the Outcasts. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, what happened? Where was Willow? Where's Rio? Like, where's Hater? Like, where's all of her friends? Like, why did they
Yeah,
show up at
totally.
this point? Like,
yeah. Where the
I
fuck was
don't get it.
Hater?
Yeah.
He didn't do shit.
No.
I don't
Nope.
understand.
Um,
But oh yeah, Wolf go.
so you said, I think you said that Claimed versus JAS is after this.
Yes, it was.
All
Yeah.
right. Seemed like a normal, like something like I'd expect. Like I don't think anything.
I think the stipulation was if the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass lost, they would
They had to
join the
join.
They would join
JAS.
JAS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
Obvious the Acclaimed was gonna
Thank God
win.
Acclaimed one.
Thank God.
I
And you also
mean,
did
the
you see Billy
Acclaimed
say suck it?
probably would. I feel like it would make I wouldn't be like too upset if like Acclaimed joined JS because they're probably like the only like people that could like actually like fit outside of JS basically. Like I don't know, Acclaimed could probably fit like in JS, but I don't. But
No, they
Imagine
don't need to be in there.
they don't need
imagine Max Caster rapping about how much Chris Jericho's the best fucking wrestler in the world.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, we
thank
could just
God
skip
I don't
that.
Hmm,
We can just skip that.
Like
nope.
but not much to really say about this match. I honestly didn't give too much of a fuck about this. Was like, oh,
I
the
love seeing the
stipulation is that the
Acclaimed.
Acclaim would join JS if they lost. Okay, they're gonna fucking win.
You know
So
what's funny? I saw a famous TikToker that I follow. Her name's Erica. Erica's World, I think is her handle. I could be wrong, but I saw her at
I
the
think I recognize her.
yeah, she was at the front when Billy Gunn was talking to her when they were coming down the ramp and everything. Because I looked at her, I was like, she looks familiar, and then they kept on her for like a good like 2 minutes, and I was like, oh shit, that's a famous person. And it's so funny when cameramen like I just got to say this quick, but like Monday Night Raw, we had this guy who's wearing a lucha mask and everything, and everyone was making fun of him. They were making him into a meme. Then we had her on Wednesday and everything. Like, I can't wait for Friday Night SmackDown. Like, who's in the front? Like, they always get the most, like, either the most famous or the most craziest looking people in the front row that they always pan to and are always looking at the
Yeah,
cameraman.
because
So it's just
Stand and
like, it's so
Deliver,
funny.
they always pan to BDE. Brendan does
Yeah,
everything. He was there.
yeah,
Yep.
I remember they
Yep.
kept panning to him.
yeah,
And Royal Rumble, he was there too. But
yeah. And the guy in the
yeah,
green shirt was at WrestleMania. He
the
was
green
there
shirt
both nights.
guy.
Yeah, green shirt guy.
God, I
It's so
wish I had his fucking financial.
yeah, seriously,
Have to
man.
sit front row at every fucking wrestling pay per view. Jesus, that guy must be.
Well, the
loaded.
guy who plays Peter Griffin in the cosplay, a Family
Oh
Guy,
yeah,
he was at the Boston show or whatnot, or Massachusetts
yeah,
show.
the
Yeah,
Dynamite a couple weeks ago.
yeah, he was in Dynamite too. Yeah, it's all funny. It's so funny what these cameramen
Fucking
pick up.
great.
Shout out the
But
cameraman.
let's get to the main event of the evening. Jungle Boy versus Sammy Guevara. Before we get into this, backstage earlier in the night,
My king.
Sammy Guevara took a bribe from Mr. Maxwell. probably has as many zeros as Taylor Swift ex-boyfriends, and is like, "Hey,
Damn,
I'll lay down if you pay me this." And Maxwell's like, "Okay." So now they're friends.
they're best
So,
friends. They're buddies.
all right. So
They
it's
went to dinner
clear
after this.
why. So wait, let me get this straight. Was Sammy the one
Snitched.
who asked MJF for help, or did MJF like offer it?
MJF asked Sammy,
We're
"If
saying his name wrong.
I'll pay you whatever you want, and I'll give you the main event to Double or Nothing if you promise to lay down for me at Double or Nothing."
We're saying his name wrong. The King, MJF.
So
Okay.
what? So what I'm, yeah. So that means that's why MJF is asking
Sammy
Sammy.
Guevara.
So that means, yeah. So easy. He was doing it for the easy fight, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
of course.
And because he's the only heel in the Four Pillars.
Right.
Well, Darby and Jungle Boy are in
oh
heels.
wait, no, you mean Guevara? Okay.
I mean, out of the three,
out of the
Sammy's the
three,
Yeah,
only heel.
Guevara is the
Sammy's
most
the
hated.
heel.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. They hate him.
from what I'm
Like-
understanding, this can go to, well, obviously we know what happened, the
Yes.
result of the match.
MJF comes out,
Dynamite
Diamond Ring.
Diamond Ring.
That's
Did
when
you
they're
see that
friends.
one spot though where Jungle Boy got launched from the apron and hit a fucking table?
I clipped it. I put it
Yeah,
on
that was
YouTube.
brutal.
Shit was wild. I was like, yo, he's
That
flying.
fucking
It's
hurt.
flying.
I'm not too happy about it just because I would have loved to see Jungle Boy versus Darby, but
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
But now, like based off what happened tonight, this goes two ways. The one way is Sammy wins and gets the main event at Double or Nothing, and because from how I see Sammy Guevara, he's going to lie to MJF and not lay down for him.
He's gonna lay down, get a 2 count, then he's gonna kick out, and then Maxwell's gonna be pissed, and then they'll have an actual match.
Yeah, he's gonna lay down on Matt and then kick out and like do some kind of roll up, and then the match continues. Now that's the first way. The other way is Maxwell tries to get involved next week again, and Sting stops him, and Darby gets the win.
Or Jungle Boy and Sting stops him. Both of them.
Maybe. I don't know. But
You know, Willie and I were talking about this before in the beginning, and he said that he thinks that there's a possibility of a fatal four-way happening after all. And I think that after this whole, MJF putting himself in the match, costing Jungle Boy the opportunity, now giving it to Darby and Sammy, I think all those possibilities are on the table. And like I said before, it does lessen the chances for MJF to retain, but it also makes him look. It doesn't make him look bad if he doesn't take the pin, because of course that's what I don't think they're going to have him do.
The reason why I said that was because it reminds me a lot of Gunther.
Yes,
in the build up to WrestleMania.
it does
I think
too.
I saw this in a tweet too, where Gunther was trying to go for the easy fight, where he kept getting involved in the matches, being like, "I don't want to face either of these motherfuckers."
Right, and that's what kind of MJF is doing. He's trying to pay off Sammy. Sammy's like, "Okay, I'll lay down for you," like we're saying. Okay, cool. Then it comes down to Darby and Sammy next week, and maybe Sammy lied. And Sammy's good like that, so that's why he's the heel. That's why everybody fucking hates the guy, because he's a liar. So okay, cool. So then maybe Jungle Boy gets involved. Maybe Sting does get involved. Maybe MJF has to fight the two of them again. So hopefully Sting brings pom poms, because this is gonna be a fucking shit show. And all entirety. But I'm curious.
I think. I do think eventually the four-way will happen. Probably not at Double or Nothing, but
All In would be a crazy main event.
That would be crazy.
That would be a great main event.
That would be a great main event.
Full Gear would even be cool, because it's the end of the year.
That'd be a little too long. It would be a bit of a stretch.
It would be long. That is for sure.
Or
I
maybe
feel like
not even All In, All Out. All
All
Out.
Out.
Oh, I forgot there was an All Out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's All In, and then I'm All Out.
All Out could be the 4-way.
All Out's when CM Punk comes back. Haha! Fuck
It
that.
makes sense though for
Uh,
Double or Nothing though, because the name itself. Like
yeah.
if all three of them kind of get screwed by MJF and outside help, then maybe Tony's just like, you know what? I'm gonna have it a fatal 4-way and Double or Nothing, and then he's
That's
just
what
like
I see
waiting for the
it
crowd.
being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he's waiting
Because
for the
Tony
crowd to be like,
Khan,
"All right,
To-
you accept it, great, cool."
that'd be cool
Yeah,
because Tony Khan could come out being like, okay, you're going to try to rig the tournament. That's it. I'm going to give all three men the opportunity. And
Yeah.
you're going to take it. Otherwise, and you're contractually obligated to defend the title. Otherwise, you're going to get stripped of the fucking title because you know how much Tony
yeah.
Khan and MJF love
Yep.
each other so much.
Love each other, but he said it was his best friend. He's his best friend. He
Um,
talks to him all the time.
I do now based on the opening promo, before MJF came out. There is a match from that possible card that what's it called? I think that one Twitter user put out that I think is actually
That's so
reasonable
cringe.
to say either maybe All In, maybe All Out, and that is Sting and Darby Allin versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. I think I can see that for a future
For the
matchup.
future.
Not
Not
if
Double or
this
Nothing,
is
no.
all
Or like,
happening.
oh,
I don't
Not
think it makes sense if this is what's been happening. Like if this is going to take us into, let's say, Full Gear. Like let me just say this quick. If this is going to take us into Full Gear, where we're going to have a singles match, Double or Nothing, a singles match, All Out, a singles match, Full Gear being their end of the year, end of the show thing, then it's Darby, Sammy, and Jungle Boy the ends it, or however this or crazy order is going to happen. If that's what's going to happen, then that opportunity, I mean, yeah, there is that possibility where they could just get involved, and Jericho or whatever kind of comes in and tries to fuck around to find out, and it is London, and it could be like a one-off type of thing. Like
yeah.
those possibilities are definitely on the table. I'm
But
not saying it's not. But
yeah,
if this is
I'm
something
I'm
that they want
only
to
saying
bring
that
into a
because I
feud,
think because Darby did say like to Sammy that, oh, I think Jericho's holding you back. In order to get that championship, you need to like cut him off. I think they could definitely work something with that. And
right?
then
And that's true.
yeah.
That is true. But again, it's like if that happens, then it should just
I
be a
think
one-off. I don't want it to be longer than that going forward. Because with
Yeah.
everything that we got now with Tony Khan and his booking, it's been really good. And if he wants to add more good stories into what he's already been cooking up, it could fuck up the recipe. It really could. And I don't think that's something he wants to take lightly, because if he can do this properly and give us three amazing singles matches, if it isn't going to be a fatal 4-way, then that's something that nobody's going to be able to take away from him for 2023. Especially whatever the outcome may be. If people screwing over one another, this, that, and the third, we get involved with each other's matches. We get one-offs like the Sting and Darby versus Jericho and Garcia, and an all in. Maybe Darby's the last one that goes against MJF at Full Gear, because they had an amazing 2020 Full Gear, each one of them together in that singles match, and it is something that MJF has spoken about countless times already in these promos for these these 4-pillar tournaments. So to me, I think it'd be a
I
safer bet to keep that Darby Allin match closer to Full Gear, to run it back. Because if, let's say, Sammy doesn't win
I hate to
Saturday,
interrupt, Dylan. I need to go eat.
okay,
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
all
All
right, later,
good.
buddy.
Thanks for
Yeah.
hopping on, buddy.
Yeah, later, buddy. Yeah, if Darby is going to be the last one of this 3-way series, and let's say it's Sammy Double or Nothing, Jungle Boy all out, Darby in its full gear. It's a perfect way to run that match, that very classic AEW match back between these two guys. Jungle Boy being an all out. They can have a really good violent match, maybe even a dog collar match. I could see them both doing it, him being the Jungle Boy and everything, and MJF already having experience with Punk in that dog collar fight. And Sammy being the lie cheat, the steal, double or nothing kind of plays around with the Los Angeles theme. You know what I mean? Like it made to
Yeah.
me these are the ways that it would make sense to me to bring this into a 3 pay-per-view main event story leading into 2024 because again, we have the whole bidding of 2024 with MJF, so on and so forth. So, that's something that if, Sammy loses, Jungle Boy loses, but Darby picks up the win, now they have Jungle Boy and Sammy to go after Darby, who's going to put on banger defenses for the title, and it's going to have a great run, whether it's 3 months, whether it's half a year. Hell, it could be a full year. They did it with MJF already, or at least starting to do it with
They're
MJF.
trying to do it.
Yeah, so maybe that's something that they do, for AEW and everything for the brand. But again, it is something that we do have to keep our eyes on because what happens in this next match is kind of going to determine what's going to happen at Double or Nothing. Because if we
Yes.
do get a fatal 4-way, great, cool, excellent. Maybe MJF retains and
I
he
think
beats
if we
all of them.
do get I think if we do get a fatal 4-way, that would make this tournament of the 4 pillars kinda pointless, but I
Yeah,
do like what happened last night in the sense that this friendship between Sammy Guevara and MJF is really making you think, "Well, what's going to happen?" Because
it could be a fatal 4-way elimination.
yeah, imagine if it is a fatal 4-way elimination,
And
MJF
that's how
and
we get a singles
yeah, and
match.
MJF and Sammy Guevara help eliminate the 2 others, and then in the end,
Yeah.
we get that, "Hey, lay down.
Sammy and
Hey
MJF.
hey, lay
Yeah.
down. 1, 2," and then Sammy kicks out, and then we get, like, a
Yeah.
banger, like, 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
final 10 minutes between the 2 or final 5 minutes. These guys just
Yeah.
beating the absolute
That would see
shit
now
out of each
that
other.
works. That works because now if MJF wins, we have the opportunity to do something at All Out, even at All In. We have now the opportunity to do something at Full Gear. We have a lot more opportunities on the table for MJF as champion, because of course I don't see him losing. Come on, it's MJF here. But as we go into these other big pay-per-views and stuff, it's something that I'm excited for. I really
Yeah,
am. But we will definitely kind of know more. We have about a month, really, realistically,
true.
we have about a month and a week to go before Double or Nothing. So we have a lot of time to see what's going to happen. See, with Backlash, with WWE, we only have about a week left now. Like next Sunday is kind of when we're all doing our predictions and stuff for Backlash, because that following Saturday is Backlash. So it's literally like crunch time now. So it's, we're going to get cards and everything this week and coming up and so on and so forth. Plus, we're also getting the draft that I believe starts
The
tomorrow
draft
or
starts
it
next
starts next
Friday.
Friday. Okay. So it starts the week before
Literally the week
Backlash.
before
Yeah. Okay.
Backlash.
So yeah. So, and that's of course we've already said it before in the Raw interview. That's something also we have to take into play and see what happens. But for AEW, yeah, we still have some time to fuck around and find out and trying to see what's gonna be with this friendship thing and what's gonna be with Jungle Boy and Darby going forward and
Yeah.
Sting and the pom pom. So I'm
I'm
excited.
gonna I'm
I'm
gonna make
excited.
this announcement to end off this stream is for the draft, since I think it would be very cool, I'm gonna do watch alongs for both the SmackDown and the Raw that the draft takes place
Ooh,
to do reactions to every single draft pick.
I would love to be a part of that.
You're more than welcome. I think it would be
I would
pretty good.
love to be a
And
part of
also
that.
because my school year's over,
We
so
should maybe we should do our own draft while the draft is happening.
yeah. Yeah, no, I would definitely like to do pretty much our own draft. Like I kind of already did my own video on that, but
Yeah,
having you like do it so that way I could pick somebody, which means you can't, and all
yeah.
that.
We'll get that going this weekend. We'll try to figure it out before next Friday because that's when it
Yeah, no,
starts. So we'll
definitely
try to
maybe.
we'll
Yeah,
work and
definitely like sometime this weekend or sometime next.
because I actually wanted to tell you too. I'll tell you now on stream. I have no problem. I was going to tell you after stream. It doesn't really make a difference. But next Sunday, because I'm going to see the guys from High Side of the Ropes, which I'm so excited
Yeah,
for. Downey's going to be putting his title on the line on Saturday. I'm so excited to see my first indie show. But I wanted to get High Side. I wanted to get pro wrestling news on the Last Weekend Wrestling podcast to do a backlash predictions next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday. So we have plenty of time to talk about it and stuff like that.
definitely.
But I definitely want to have you representing you as well as pro wrestling news, and then high side of the ropes. I'm gonna try to get another podcast. Honestly, I'd like to get a few of them together. To be very frank, but I'm gonna see what I can do because
Yeah,
with this app here, Restream that you use to do your thing on, I might pay it just to do the multiple thing because I think it'd be really, really
yeah,
fun
definitely.
to have a bunch of us podcasters doing a big backlash predictions
Yeah,
video.
no, definitely. I mean, if you do ultimately do that, no matter how many people are on that, I would definitely love to. But yeah, so definitely more content on the way, of course. But
Oh yeah, big time.
big reaction, watch along streams, a mock draft coming up, and backlash predictions. I mean, hell, that's
Yeah, man, we got a lot, and then of course, double or nothing predictions and stuff like that too, as May starts and continues
yeah,
on and everything like that. But yeah, backlash is the one that we're going to start with. It looks like, and then draft and everything, which very good idea. I also was thinking about that, but I kind of didn't know if I was gonna do my own watch along or whatnot. But I'd rather do it with you.
yeah,
So if you actually do that, I would love to. I love to be a part of that because Mondays I'm off. There's no qualm about that. And I'm done Friday about, it depends if I got to go to meetings or whatever for what I do for work. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, yeah, it still works out. I can still
yeah.
do it. It's not that big of a
Oh,
deal.
Rebels ready, but yeah, no,
Yeah, listen,
definitely.
we got watch alongs, predictions, live streaming, podcasters coming
Drafting,
together,
yeah, no,
drafting.
wow.
Maybe we'll get the crowd involved. I don't know, but it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a lot of content, guys. A lot
See,
of
that's
content.
why you need to subscribe with the post notifications on, or, like, follow us
Yeah,
on
man.
social media in case your recommended
Yeah, 'cause
tab
we'd be
sucks.
going crazy
Yeah,
over
no,
this.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that would definitely be great, but, anyways, guys, that's concluding our AEW, April 19th, 2023 review. Actually, we've finished talking about it, like, about 10 minutes ago, but
Yeah, I know. We've been talking about other shit too.
ratings. Very decent show. There were a few things that confused me. The TNT title is nothing more than here everyone gets a turn. Sharing is
Yeah.
caring. And of course, Britt Baker's involvement in the Chris Jericho segment. While I did like what the Outcasts did, and definitely think it would evolve the Britt Baker and Outcast rivalry, I didn't think it needed to be here. I think Chris Jericho and Adam Cole should have had heat on their own. And like I said, every time I see Adam Cole and Britt Baker on screen, especially after the announcement of All Access, I always think it's like hey, All Access is next. Be sure to check it out. We're a couple. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
Trash.
So Rebel gives it a 3 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it a four
This
too.
this whole what's gonna happen with MJF and the Sammy
Yeah.
thing, the women's tag. Shocking that I say it.
The
Positive.
Commander and Jay White match alone was a
That
four
one's
out of
enough to
five. I
convince
mean,
you as well.
yeah.
And the only other negatives is really, yeah, TNT, Britt Baker's involvement in the segment. The segment overall was a decent positive. Um
Hmm.
but yeah, no, even the Acclaim did decent. And
Good. Yeah. Three.
of course the four pillars. definitely
The
helped.
Mighty Four.
Oh, yeah, and also the Elite. Can't go wrong with the Elite. Um,
Yeah, the Elite promo was really
it was
cool
pretty
to
good,
catch
and
them
also
coming out was
Bryan
great.
Danielson getting involved as well, so
Amateur,
amateur.
amateur, amateur.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna have to conclude our, stream for the AEW Dynamite review, especially now that we have told you our ideas for what we are going to do in the coming week or 2. Be sure to subscribe with the
Yeah,
post
literally.
notifications on, whether it's on my channel or whether it's on the Last Week in Wrestling channel. Be sure to support Pro Wrestling News on Patreon and Twitter.
Yes.
So you get exclusive news that is not bullshit. And be sure to check out High Side of the Ropes. Be sure to check out One Shot Killers. Be sure to check out our very own Jeremiah, where myself and Dylan selected wrestlers to be on
Yes.
his Elimination Chamber episode. Spoiler alert, I won. And yeah, so overall, that's it. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. That has been the number one MJF stan, Dylan from the Last Week in Wrestling Pod.
Mm.
Shout out Glock Anderson. This has been,
Shout out, Glocky.
yeah, this has been the video. I'll see you in the next one. Be good people and peace.